Mic is on now. Checking 1 2 test. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Doubles, 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 doubles. Can you hear me? Mic test 1 2.
Good.
Yeah. All right. All right. We're live. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's up? It's Coach Nick Money in the house. In the house. Yes, sir. CCCF says he can hear me. All right, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. Yeah, I had the mic off. I just realized that it was off. I'm glad you can hear me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to the first 100. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money, and also the Twitter account, X account, aka X account, at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money for 24/7 financial news, as well as pre-market, regular hours, and after hours microcap and small cap information and technical analysis. Go ahead and follow us at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
And of course, we're also on Twitch at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
And we're on TikTok at DBLNix.
Yo, Knicks.
At DBLNICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money. And last but not least, if you'd like to join an amazing Discord with a lot of tools, many, many different types of scanners, research tools, news tools, early watch lists that are absolutely on fire. Like, for example, last night, Monday through Friday, we always do a 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time early watch list. We did one yesterday, and of course, we called VCIG, which went absolutely parabolic, and it was called in the Discord at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last night, during after hours last night for today, baby. All right, so go ahead and click the link in the description for a 4-day trial of the Discord. And yeah, it's $9.99, and you can check it out with your own eyes, baby. Let's go, let's go. All right, all right. All right, in addition to that, let's get a share party going on. Let's get a share party going on. One of the stocks that we called early in the morning for our Discord was INTS, and that was called it when it was up only 27%. And you can see right now it's up 373%. At one point, it was up even more than that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a look at the screen right now. Oh, look at that. They got the turret, bro. Look at that. Bro.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. The turret, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Oh, that's going to be nasty. That is going to be really, really nasty, Devils.
Don't forget that light machine gun.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
But you got the ammo for
I
it.
don't want it, bro. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't need it. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to the first 100. We're looking at INTS. INTS is basically parabolic. Now, we see that the 9 EMA is extended quite considerably from the VWAP, and it would be indicative to being a pullback type of situation. You could also see that the RSI is in the overbought area. You could see that pretty clearly, so a pullback would not be a bad thing for it. This stock does have news, and it's had quite a bit of volume. You can see on our custom scanner, our custom Discord standard that we're sharing right now with you, that the stock has had 1 billion with a B, 1 billion shares of volume. The volume has been absolutely redonkulous. The float is heavier than you would expect, but there has been so much attention to this stock. It's gotten a lot of volume love. 1 billion is a massive amount of volume, which more than makes up for the slightly higher float. And keep in mind, the stock was also quite, how should I put it? Quite cheap. It was under $1, right? So you can get away with those heavier floated stocks when, in fact, they are less expensive because people can buy more shares because it's less money. So there's more of a propensity that they're going to be able to move the stock quite significantly, if you will, right? So that's the story. Mama Money brought the coffee. All right, let's go, baby. We got some Java in the house. Some Java is in the house, baby. Let's go. All right, so as we said before, this ticker is very, very much quite parabolic. Even though it has a slightly heavier float, the volume on it is 1 billion with a B, which is absolutely redonkulous. And what has caused that? Well, they had basically positive news regarding their a publication of one of their clinical trials called INT 236, and that was what basically pushed this stock up quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on with INTS. We'll check it out a little bit more. It's definitely a crowd favorite. And CCCF said INTSSSSSSS because it's been fuego, 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 baby. Doubles. It's been fuego, baby. This is a pretty odd loadout, right, bro? Look at my loadout. Let's get that share party going on, folks. We're at 131 people. Let's go ahead and get to 200. And right now we're in the show called Power Play. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. We've got banging shows every single day in the mornings, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. Ooh, that dynamite looks juicy, bro. I think I'll use it. Yeah. Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, pre-market into the open of the bell. We have the Microcap Morning Show, folks. The Microcap Morning Show starring the star of the show, DBL Nick's in the house. And, of course, we got the Serengeti Specialist as the compatriot. Ooh, I feel like I should take that, right? Yeah. All right. All right, let's take it. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not, bro? Oh, look, and there was more impulse grenades right there. I bet you I'm going to regret it, bro. Watch. I bet you. I bet you. I'm going to regret it. What was the most percentage increase you ever seen and been part of? That's a great question, CCCF. So in the 2020 era, 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, the OTC market was very hot. The over-the-counter market was very hot. That's basically the penny stock market. And there were stocks that were pretty much running almost on a daily basis at least 1,000%. Some of them would go 2,000%, and some of those stocks went as high as 5,000%. And I think that there was one that actually went either 10 or 20,000%. As far as stocks that I was involved in myself, I would have to say it was probably a 5,000% runner, and it was an OTC stock. I don't remember which stock it was, but I do remember another stock that we alerted in our Discord, GMER, at 3 pennies, and it actually went up to almost $1. I think it was like 89 cents, or I think it was like 89 cents, right, Doubles, or 88 cents? And it happened in a matter of a couple of days, and the market was a lot more conducive to swing trades back then with the penny stocks. Not so much now. Now it's more scalping and day trading, if you will. But yeah, that was it. That was the era, 2020-ish. You know, give or take. It was started in 2019. It heated up in 2020. And then in 2021 was like the tail end of it. And then there were certain rules that were changed with the OTC market. And it kind of changed the dynamics of the OTC market. And those type of runners kind of faded away. So that's what happened back then when I was a wee lad. You know what I'm saying, bro? When I was a wee lad. Oh, my. Those were some wild times, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They were some wild times. Remember that, Doubles? Yeah, man. It was pretty crazy. Pretty redonkulous, I tell you. Pretty redonkulous. I need a med kit, bro. How about a med kit? How about a med kit? Med kit. Ooh, campfire can work. Well, why not? But I'm gonna save that. Ooh-wee, baby. Medkit. Come on, medkit. Band-Aids? Okay. All right, why not? Oh, why not? Oh, why not? We could do that. We could do that. Oh, why not? I think I'm gonna rock the blue tack, bro. You know, since I'm only rocking 2 weapons, you know? So we will rock the blue tackaroon. Oh my. Oh my. But that's a great question, man. That brings back some pretty awesome memories, bro. Yeah. If you ever get to meet anyone that was involved in the OTC market back in 2020, man, I'm sure they got stories for you, baby. Right, Doubles?
Yeesh.
Man, there were some wild times, bro.
Mhm.
And the OTC was only open from 9:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock at night, so there was no pre-market, no after hours. You basically had a certain window, and you would basically see what was, what kind of news was coming out, and you get yourself set up, and yeah, you were good to go. That was the OTC market. But we still get occasional 1,000%, 1,600% runners to this day. I mean, we still get them in the Nasdaq and sometimes the New York Stock Exchange. That still happens. We had SPRB just about 3 weeks ago go up 1,631%. Yesterday we had a big runner as well that ran up 700%. Oh, we got an enemy right there, bro. We got an enemy right there. Ooh, where did this guy come from? Hold on, folks. Hold on. I was going to shoot him, but... And this guy's got a sniper, too. Let's get out of here. Let's go, bro. Great question, though. Uh-oh. Bye. See you. See you. Wouldn't want to be you. See you. Wouldn't want to be you. Bye-bye. Let's get a share party going on.
Party.
Those were some good days. We got 400 folks in the stream. Let's go, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's share it up, folks. Let's get some more peoples in here.
Yeesh.
All right. HBIO up 62%, but obviously INTS is the crowd favorite. It has news. It has monstrous volume. It is bullish. Doubles bullish. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sure. Yes, sir, Bob. Ooh, wee. All right. Let's get some mats, bro. Let's get the share party going on. Let's get that share party going on. Maybe we'll even get a little sniper action. Why not? Oh, why not? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ooh-wee. Let's go. Ooh, I feel like I should be taking this. All right, for some mobility. Why not? Why not? Why not? I made a mistake. What's that? Oh, no, no. I shouldn't have said that. You're right. It's 63%, bro. You're 100% right. If I said that, it's wrong.
Yes,
Yeah, I was talking about INTS 398%. Wrong one. That's it. You're right, 100%. I meant INTS. You're right. Yes, sir. Ooh, SMG. I like it. I like it. Let's go, baby. SMG, baby. Let's go, baby. Is there any high ground? Nope, all low ground. Okay. Let's get ourselves in here. Somebody's got a sniper, bro. You hear it?
432% INTS.
Let's go. 424% with INTS. Bullish. $1.43, baby.
435.
Whoa, baby. Let's go. What the heck is this? These guys are just standing there? Is that my imagination?
Hey.
Oh, those are the whatchamacallits right there. Whoa. Who's shooting at me?
The guy back there on the
I know, I saw that, bro.
452. 452, 458.
Come in here, fool. Come on, bro. Oh, man, look at that guy up there, bro. Hard scoping me. What's up? Let's share it up, share it up, share it up. CF said, Nick, you made all right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. You know what it is? I'm multitasking, brother. I'm trying to do the game and the stocks at the same time, and sometimes my brain takes a break on me. Let's go, baby. Let's get that shit party going on. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on with INTS up. It went up to $1.58. 491% right now. Crazy, baby. Crazy. That guy's right there, bro. Oh my. Wow, he baited me, bro.
Oh my.
Oh my God, he baited me, bro. Oh my God, dude, did you guys see that? He totally baited me. He put his sniper down, and I took a shot at him, and as I'm taking a shot at him, he just went ahead and lasered me, bro. Wow. I should have kept that sniper, dude. But that he had the heavy, bro. This guy's had the heavy, dude. My God. Wow. All right, that's kind of gross. I should have known better. Anyway, 489% on INTS. 491%. 491%. And it looks like it's in a halt right now. Let's go take a look at INTS. This is obviously the stock of the jour, right? The stock of the jour doubles, right? CMBM was the stock yesterday. Yesterday, they ran over 700%. This stock is already currently up 491%, 491%. So let's dissect what's going on with this particular ticker, right? Let's take a look at it. So obviously, it's a biotech stock. Now, if you guys don't know, biotech tends to be a hot sector for small cap and micro cap stocks. It just happens to be an area that drops a lot of news, and when they drop news, if it's a low float stock, it absolutely goes bonkers. Boing, boing, boing. Right? Okay. I'm pretty sure the CMBM yesterday that ran over 700% was also a biotech stock. I think they had something to do with the cancer treatment, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's the catalyst. Now, the catalyst in and of itself is important, but it's only important if it draws volume. Well, with INTS, it absolutely drew a ton of volume. We have 1 billion with a B, 1 billion with a B volume. Okay, so even though the stock is a 47 million float stock, number one, it started out at 41 cents. Okay, and we alerted it pretty darn close to that price. Okay, we alerted it either in the high 40s or low 50s to our Discord. Okay, all right. So the early bird gets the cash, baby. And the scanners are important, and that's one of the reasons why I highly recommend you all take advantage of the 4-day trial and gain access for $9.99 to the Discord and see the scanners for yourself, see how they work, see how the search features work for the news, just check out the early watch list, and also, don't be shy. Open up your mouth if you need help. If you're confused or you don't know what's going on, tell us. We're there to help you. We're constantly providing assistance for all the members so that they have an incredible experience, right? So go ahead and take advantage of that. But to go back to what we're talking about, the issue is that you want to have a scanner that gives you the float and the volume, because again, essentially, trading stocks boils down to supply and demand. Your float is your supply. So if I didn't know that that INTS had news that was pretty strong, and I saw that it was a 47 million float stock, the next thing I would be looking at is what was the price. And earlier in the day, the price was about 41 cents. So I'd say to myself, okay, the float is super heavy, but it's a very inexpensive stock. What else? Why is it moving? Why is it up 27%? That's when, the parabolic alert scanner started alerting that it was moving. But before that, the market mover scanner that you're looking at actually was alerting it when it was up only about 10 or 12%, right? So you're already getting yourself set up with a watch list. This is what I do. You guys do whatever you want to do, but I'm sharing with you what I do and what works for me, right?
Yes.
So now, should I keep going? Can I have a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, baby. Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Praise be. Let's go, baby. Let me go. Let me go in, baby. Let me get some coffee first, bro.
Get some coffee.
All right, little coffee, baby. Little coffee. All right. So the first thing I'm going to look at is, why is a stock that has a float of 47 million moving at all? Why is it moving? Look at this. This is the float right here, 47 million, right? Why is it moving? And why is it up initially on the market mover scanner 12%? And why is it now being alerted in our parabolic breakout scanner at 27%, which is the ticker tape scanner that we have? You can't see it here, but that's another scanner that you have access to. We have access to several scanners in the Discord. Okay. I look at the breakout of that stock. I can see up here that I can click into a hyperlink that gives me information about the stock. And if I click into it, I'll see the news, and I'll see that they had positive clinical results, that they published positive clinical results. Okay, it's a biotech stock. It's got a slightly higher float than I would like, but it's sub-dollar. Okay, so I could give it a little leeway with that. And is volume going to come in? Because that's really what's key. Does the volume come in, right? Because you could have news, but if there's no volume, that's the demand, right? That's the demand portion of the show. So the float is telling us that it's a 47 million float stock. It's a heavy floated stock. Will there be the ability to generate enough volume to make this stock move? Now, the other thing that I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at the general climate of what's been going on. What's been trending? Well, yesterday, CMBM, another biotech company, also ran parabolic well over 700%, and it ran all day long, right? It had lows, right? But then after hours, it started running again. You know what I mean? Doubles.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right? So we know that these biotech companies are trending right now, right? So that's the other thing that I'm saying to myself, okay, it's trending. I don't like the float. Let's see if the volume comes in based on the news, right? So what happens? As time goes on, the stock basically starts to move parabolic. It pulls back just a bit, still in a bullish format, and it gives me an opportunity to buy and sell. And as it starts to burn out, as the RSI starts to come up, as you can see right here, I know that it's going to eventually become a situation where sellers are going to start to sell off and the price action is going to start to dip. So then the question is, does it dip all the way down to the oversold area on the RSI? Sure does. Sure does, right? Now, does it recover? Does volume come back in again? And again, I'm looking at the scanners to determine whether or not volume is coming in. And if enough volume comes in, what happens is the stock ticker tape scanner kicks in, and that basically gives me the stocks that are breaking out. And you could see right here that we're getting repetitive alerts over and over again about the INTS breakout in the stock ticker tape. So that's some of the tools that we're using. And then of course we also share, for educational purposes, our entry, exit, our entry and exit strategies on these stocks. Again, it's for educational purposes. Why? Because those alerts they're not alerts at all. They're to educate you, and we're putting this information out. But by the time that information is typed up into the Discord, it's already dated, right? And we're not stock or financial advisors. We can't tell you what to do. So what we're doing is we're telling you what we're looking at, right? That's what we do, okay? And we disclose the fact that we're not professional stock advisors or financial. Okay? Pull downward. Well, that makes sense because what's going on is we have the much more reactive 9 EMA, 9 exponential moving average, shooting further and further away from the volume weighted average, which is less reactive. And they're starting to get separated. They're not neatly stacked as they are over here. If I could get a position right around here where they're still very closely stacked, there's a very good chance it's going to keep going up, which is exactly what happened. Right? But if I'm looking to get in over here, it's a lot more risky because the 9 EMA has moved so far away from the VWAP that generally speaking, it wants to pull back down and get closer to the 9 EMA because the 9 to the VWAP. The VWAP is not most likely not at this point, not going to catch up with the 9 EMA since it's ripping so fast up. So a pullback is absolutely in the cards. And to verify that, there's a confluence, which is a fancy word for selling off. The price action is also halting. A halt also breaks the upward momentum and people move on to other stocks. Like right now, HBIO is moving, right? So they're going to jump to HBIO and, this may resume. There'll be some profit taking. And if the profit taking is too significant, the price will drop significantly like that. But maybe if the price stays above the 9 EMA, maybe other people might jump in, but more likely than not, you're going to see the price action pull downward and you're going to see the 9 EMA trying to get closer to the VWAP. But that's not a guarantee. But you can see that there's also the confluence with the RSI pulling downward. The other thing that I like to do is I like to create key levels of support and resistance. Support are areas where the price holds above, generally speaking, holds above the price action. Resistance is price action where it's having difficulty breaking out. And we can see right now that the $1.52 mark is a very strong resistance area. Let's get a share party going on because this is gold, baby. Yes, share it up. Let's get 700, 800 dials, and nobody's telling you this stuff. Come on now. Yeah. They're not telling you this stuff. They're telling you everything's easy. You don't need nothing. Everything's easy. That's baloney, baby. That's baloney. Education is power. Everybody tells you that. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And yeah, the power play, baby. The power play. All right. So the price action has started up. The price action on INTS has resumed. And you could see now that the price action is starting to dip below the 9 EMA. And look at what's happening. The 9 EMA is starting to pull downward. Now, we want to see some kind of support being held by this price action. So the next support area would be 127. If it comes down to 127 and it starts to fail the 127 mark, then you might end up seeing a drop to 103 or even down to the VWAP at 85. Okay. Now, this stock has a lot of attention. And these stocks don't live in a void, right? So that if there's other stocks taking attention away from it, there's more of a chance that the stock is going to go down. But if there's not that many stocks taking too much attention from it, then this stock has a better chance of running. That's another thing. People fall in love with the news on a particular stock and they just concentrate on that one stock and they're not paying attention to what's going on with the other stocks that are movers. That's another reason why you need a high quality scanner that basically gives you the top market movers and it gives you an idea of what direction they're moving in, and it tells you what their float and volume is so that you can do a float to volume ratio, or if you want a volume to float ratio, so that you can determine whether or not the stock is going to have a higher propensity of running or not. In other words, you want a stock that has a massive amount of volume and a much, much smaller float. So, for example, INTS, if we look at the scanner, this is a very heavy floated stock at 47 million, but the kicker that made it go so parabolic is that there's so many people paying attention to it. There really wasn't any other stock that really moved that well. There were some stocks pre-market that moved, but after the pre-market, this was the stock that was basically left with news that actually started to move quite aggressively. And you see it has 1 billion in volume, 1 billion in volume, right? So that's basically how I look at these stocks and how I approach them. Let's get a share party going on. If you have questions, put them in the chat. And you know, this works for me and it works for doubles, okay? You know, it may not be the way you want to trade. I mean, maybe you want to trade a different way, and that's okay. All right. But knowledge is power. And one thing is for sure, trading, especially day trading, it's not easy, but it's also not rocket science. You know, you don't need to go and get a medical degree to do it. You don't need to go get a law degree to do it. You don't need to go to a trade school to learn how to become a plumber to trade. You don't need to go to a trade school to learn how to be an electrician to learn how to trade, right? But you do need to have an open mind and be willing to learn. It's power. You know, it's power hour, baby. All right, this is like another form of the power portion of the show, right? Because we do an analysis of the stocks that are going to be potentially of interest in power hour. But now I'm also going to give you some powerful words of wisdom. I feel like Mama Money, bro. Yeah. I feel like Mama Money with the words, the pearls of wisdom. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's take a look at some other stocks. Let's go. All right, wait a minute. INTS has just resumed. It's trying to break above the 9 EMA. Let's see if that happens. I want to see the VWAP move up and over the $5 mark. I want to see the stacking of the VWAP and the 9 EMA closer. It has formed a small head and shoulders over here, so I'm a little concerned. The 9 EMA is curled downwards somewhat, so what I really want to see is if this is going to try to push up again. If it's going to, I need to see that 9 EMA start to curl upward, and then I need to see a rush of volume come in to break through that $50 psychological level right over here. If that happens, then maybe another leg. If not, we could potentially be seeing a pullback. And remember, it's in the middle of the day, right? We had the morning rush, you know, when everybody was trading. Everybody went to lunch. They're hanging out. They're relaxing. They're chilling. They're having their kamachka drink. Is that a drink? Kamachka? I don't know. There's that drink that's good for you. Kamachka. Kamuchka. I don't know. Green tea, darn it. Green tea. Let's call it green tea. Green tea. Yeah, that's it. Green tea. Yeah, something that's good for you, bro. I don't know. What's good for you? Tequila? I don't know. Tequila sounds good. It may feel good, but I don't think it's good for you. No, not good for you. I don't think it's good for you. All right. Anywho, let's go ahead and take a look at HBIO, because right now what we're seeing is a bit of consolidation and fatigue. We see the RSI is dipping. We're going to need to see a surge. Doubles, let me know if you see the price action on INTS start to move above $1.45. Okay, let me know. Let me know. Yo, let me know. Keep a side eye. You know what I'm talking about? HBIO, Harvard Bioscience. Okay, so it has Q3 earnings in 7 days. So it has no actual news right now. Let's share it up. Let's share it up, and let me refresh the screen so we could go ahead and take a look at HBIO, Harvard Bioscience. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And what we got here is a general uptrend. This seems to be pretty much a sympathy play, possibly with INTS, right? So it doesn't actually have any real news other than they're going to have earnings for Q3 in 7 days. So there's no actual current news, but because it's a biotech stock, it's probably moving in a simpatico. Simpatico. No, I want to sound regal, bro. Oh. Maybe I'll do it with an English accent. A simpatico movement. I can't do the English accent, bro. I can't do it, bro. Yo, I gotta be me. But anyway, it's trending upward. You could see that it's very much moving in a very similar way, but not as parabolic as INTS. You could see that there's a great degree of separation between the 9 EMA and the VWAP, and you could see that the RSI is extended. And you're going to start to see patterns like that when you start to open your eyes to looking at more than one stock at a time. right? Because everybody gets fixated on one stock, and that's good, but it's also bad. You know what I mean? Doubles, because you're not really paying attention to what's happening with other stocks. And if another stock starts to move, it could take the oxygen away from the stock that you're looking at, right? So let's get a share party going on.
Share party.
And that's one of the reasons why having access to market mover scanners is important, because you can at a quick glimpse get a lot of information about multiple stocks at once, right? So when we look at Harvard Bioscience on the scanner, we can see that it too has almost a 41 million float, very close to the same type of float as INTS, okay?
Yes.
But it doesn't have quite the volume, although it does have a lot of volume. It has 237 million, and it also lacks the news. So this is going to be a stock that's going to be much more susceptible to pumps and dumps, and you could see that with the price action. Even though the price action is generally moving upward, it doesn't look as clean. If we go to INTS, which does have news and has way more volume, you could see that the movement on INTS has been more aggressively moving up. Now, we said there was a small head and shoulders pattern over here, and that there was a great extension between the 9 EMA and the VWAP, and we said that that is generally a situation where a pullback is necessary. We could see that it's now at that 129 Fibonacci level, and it needs to hold above it. Right now it's below it. So if it can't break that level, you'll probably see a further degradation in the price action here, unless volume comes back in. RSI tells you the same thing. This is why multiple tools are important, and you don't have to learn them all at once, folks. You don't. I mean, I use way more than this, right? But I've been doing this for a long time, right? And practice makes perfect. You know, if you want to learn how to hit home runs, you got to practice how to bat. If you want to learn how to catch, a football and run into the goal line and get a touchdown, you got to practice. You got to practice. If you want to be a quarterback and you want to throw the ball really well, you got to practice, baby.
Yes, sir.
Right, you got to practice. So don't take the easy way. Take the smart way. Educate yourself. Get education. That's a major part of our Discord. Okay, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm selling it, but I am selling it. You know why? Because it's damn good. And there's a lot of baloney out there. Can INTS, CCCF says, can INTS curl, you think? Absolutely, if it gets volume. Absolutely it can. I mean, look over here. Look at how the price dipped right here, right? Back to VWAP and then came back up. Absolutely it can. So far, what it has going for it is it's the leading gainer. But here's a little secret that I'm going to share with people, all right? Almost every one of these stocks have something called a shelf registration, and a lot of people don't know about it, or a lot of people don't tell you about it because they don't know about it, or they just don't tell you, okay? So a lot of these companies, their balance sheet doesn't look too great. Okay. And because their balance sheet doesn't look too great, it's not like they can go and get a loan by going to a regular commercial bank. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be able to qualify for it. They're too high risk. So they'll go and get risky loans out there. And the way they secure those risky loans is by giving shares that are not being traded as collateral to the lender. And when the loan comes due and payable, those non-tradable shares become tradable, and the lender turns around and sells those shares to get their money back. All right? So that's how this stuff works, right? So if a stock starts running up really hard, okay, most likely than not, if there's a lender that, and I don't know if that's the case with INTS, I'm just giving you a generality here, right? But our tools let us check on whether or not there are what are called shelf registrations. They're basically documents that are filed with the Securities Exchange Commission that basically tell the general public, hey, this company has the right to create additional shares. And if you remember what I said earlier, folks, let's do a share party, because this is too important, folks. Share it up. Come on, let's get to 1,000, because this is fire that I'm giving you right now. Fire, fuego, baby, fuego, 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 fuego. So what will happen is they'll take restricted shares and convert them to unrestricted shares, which means they go into the float. And as the float gets bigger, your float to volume ratio gets affected. right? So when you get a bigger float, you're going to need more volume to push the price action up. Right now, I'm not saying that that's what happened here. I don't know. It could just be that the price action went too berserk and it had to come back down. But one thing that I can tell you is that most of these companies have shelf registrations in their arsenal to help raise capital. Right. And if the stock is trading under $1 and it's part of the NASDAQ, which the stock is, that means it got beat up pretty bad and it's not doing too well. Right. So it needs capital. Right. So there's a very good possibility that stocks like this have shelf registrations. So for those people that want to sit in these stocks, it's up to you. You do whatever you want. Right. But knowing that they have these shelf registrations and parking your money into a high risk stock, for me, that doesn't work. It seems kind of foolish. I like to do the marine approach, and you guys do whatever you want, right? Because I'm not giving you advice. I'm just sharing what has happened to me in my life and how I see it, right? The way I see it for myself, I get in and I get out, and I wait for the volume to give me confirmation whether or not these stocks are worth me doing something with. I'm going to change this to a 5-minute chart so we can see it a little bit more pronounced. And when I look at it at a 5-minute chart, you could see that this is clearly a head and shoulders pattern. And there's a very good chance that it's going to move down to 106. And if it doesn't hold 106, it could potentially move further down. That being said, it has the best show in town right now. So there's a very good chance it could try to bounce. Let's take a look at GLE, another ticker that ran earlier in the morning. You could see that it had a nice little pop, but then of course it formed that disgusting irregular head and shoulders bear pattern. You could see that right over there. Here's your head. Here's one of your shoulders, irregular, right? Because they're not nice and even. So it's an Igor head and shoulders pattern, as I like to make fun of it, right? From that, what's that show called again?
Frankenstein?
Young Frankenstein. There you go. Right. So what happens? The price action plummets, and unfortunately, it plummets below the volume weighted average. And as you all probably know, and if you don't know, when the price action is under the VWAP, it's usually an indication of a bearish type of situation. Especially if the 9 EMA is below the VWAP. You want to always see the 9 EMA above the VWAP to give you a bullish pattern. Now look at what's happened here. We can see that it's formed kind of a double bottom on the 5-minute chart. Okay, on the 5-minute chart, or if you want, you can look at it from over here, and it looks like it's forming a cup and handle, and that's kind of to be expected when the price action is below the VWAP. The VWAP becomes resistance. Let's go ahead and put a big green line where the VWAP is. Not blue, green, yo. Let's make it a nice, big, juicy green line so you can see it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And if I crunch it up a little bit, you can see the head and shoulders more clearly. You can see the breakdown in price action that needed to be broken through, and it did break through. And check this out, Doubles. Watch this. Ready? Let's get a little fun, sir. Let's get a little fun, sir. What you actually have over here is a descending wedge, which was a bull reversal, and then it rejected at the VWAP. And where's the shoulder at? At the VWAP. And where did this shoulder go? Just above the VWAP, and then it came down and tried to stay above the VWAP and failed. So this is a significant resistance point. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at 1,000 folks. Let's get a share party going on.
Party!
Share it up. Share it up, because in a little bit I'm going to go and get some dubs for you. Share it up. John wants to know if GPRK is going to break $10. Well, I can't tell you if it's going to break $10 because nobody knows, right? But what we can do is we can take a look at it and see what the likelihood of it making some kind of a positive move is. Okay, but again, you got to do your own due diligence, my friend. I can only tell you what I think is the situation. Right? But you're responsible for your own trade. So let me try to get some information for GPRK so that we know exactly what we're dealing with. All right. So shares are trading higher after it submitted a proposal to acquire all outstanding shares of the company for $9 per share. Okay, so that's obviously going to probably be a consolidation point at $9. It acquired an It's a company called Parix is looking to acquire it at $9. So I guess it's a buyout. Looks like, right? Yeah, yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Yep. Parix is looking to buy out GeoPark at $9 a share, and they're going to get an 11.8% ownership position in the company. So that's the news that it has. Let's take a look at the float and volume. Let me go ahead and give me the float. I'll go right over here, right there. Yes, sir. Okay, so the float on this stock is 41 million, very similar to these other top leading gainers, which we have right now, INTS and HBIO. Okay, I don't know what industry this company is in. Let's see what the intraday volume is on this. Let me check it out. The intraday volume, the session volume right now is only 3.9 million. So the volume is low on it. It needs volume to move up. It's currently at $8.15 and there's a takeover at $9. So volume would be critical. And what I would say is the RSI is holding midfield right now, which is kind of normal because it's right now it's 2:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We still have another 43 minutes before power hour kicks in. Power hour can also basically bring more volume overall for the entire market, and hopefully it'll do it for this stock as well. It sounds like you're in it, so I hope you make a ton of money with it. But let's do some further analysis with it. Let's shrink it this way a little. Let's take a look at what has happened in the past year on this stock. Okay, so look at this. The price action on the stock sold off quite significantly in the past year, right? And there is quite a few levels here that it could potentially move up on if the price action allows for it. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. Let me refresh it. All right, let's refresh and let's take a look at it a little bit more clearly. All right, so right now we know that in the past year, the price action was much higher than where it is right now. We know that there's a company that's buying out almost a 12% interest at $9. We know that the volume is significantly less than the float. The float's in the 40 million range, and the volume is under 4 million. So it doesn't have a lot of volume, but yet it has gone up 23%, and it's moving close to that $9 amount. So we know that that $9 amount is what people are aware of based on what the news is. So let's go ahead and put a line at that $9 figure so that we can take a look at it. And your question was, what's the likelihood that it'll hit $10? Can't say for sure, but what we can say is we could create a Fibonacci retracement and see where the key levels of resistance and support for for GNPK, is that what it is?
GNPX.
GPRK is. So let's go ahead and get the Fibonacci retracement. Let's go ahead and put it right over here and do the retracement, which will cover the $10 mark. And again, that's also a psychological level of resistance. And you could actually see that the Fibonacci is pretty much very close to the $10 mark. So that's going to be a key level of resistance. The $9 where we put the green marker at, right? Let me move it up a little. It is right, yeah, look, the Fibonacci retracement's right around $9 as well, right? So let me move that down ever so slightly. So we know that that's going to be a significant resistance area that it has to break, right? And we know that the company is spending $9. So now will people be buying into the idea that the stock is being bought at $9 because this company thinks that it's going to go higher than $9? Will people jump into FOMO and say, oh my God, this is really, really going to go over $9 because a company just spent a ton of money to buy almost 12% of the company? What do they know that we don't know, right? So that's going to be key. If the volume comes in, then there's a chance that you could see a parabolic squeeze on this. But here's the thing, okay? Right now, there's a lot of attention today on INTS because of the news that it has, right? And remember, all this stuff does not happen in a void, right? So, you know, if the question is there a chance that it could run to $10 within the next couple of days? There's no way of knowing for sure, but we do know that somebody's buying out almost 12% of the stock at $9, and companies buying that out. So if there's FOMO that pushes the price up, then you could potentially see that $10. But it's speculation, it's guesswork, it's not guaranteed, right? But it is moving quite bullishly so far on light volume, and that's a good sign. And we do know that there is that buyout of almost 12% of the company at $9 a share. So hopefully that helps you out, John. Okay. And always do your due diligence, bro, because this is not stock advice or financial advice. It's a show. And I'm just sharing some insights on how I approach the stuff. And it works for me, but everybody has their own approaches. Okay. All right. So let's get a dub. I think it's time to get a dubation, bro. Let's get INTS back up. Before I do that, though, I want to get INTS back up. I want to see what's going on with it. INTS, let's go, baby. All right, all right. It formed that bearish pattern, head and shoulders pattern. It's trying to hold the key level right over here at around $1.25. It needs to break through that. So that's what's going on with INTS. Let's take a look at HBIO, Harvard Bioscience, HBIO, a simpatico type of a situation. And as we said, it was quite the 9 EMA was quite separated from the VWAP, and it needed to pull back down, and that's exactly what happened. So now the trend line is pulling downward. So what we really want to see is that if it continues to go down, we want to make sure that it doesn't go below the VWAP. But there are things that we have to take into consideration. John said, nice, I bought some calls at November 21st for $10. Hey, it doesn't even have to really go to $10 for you to make money on calls, brother. Right? So, just be smart about it. Make sure you lock in profits, bro. Right? Good for you. And we are definitely going to, keep an eye on it for you. So stick around. I'll make sure to check out the stock again. Just write down the ticker, because I'll check it out again after the game to see where it's at. All right? Yeah. God bless you, bro. I hope you make a fortune, bro. Hope you make a fortune, brother. I hope you all make a fortune. How about that? All right? I got a sweet spot for the indelible tribe, baby. All right? Let's go. All right. Let's get a dub for the community, and then we'll go back to another tickaroo. All right? Another tickaroo. I'm going to put INTS on the screen because that's the one that is at the height right now, but you could see it's starting to pull downward from that head and shoulders. Remember, we were talking about it coming down to this support area, and if it fails this support area, then it'll probably start moving towards VWAP. Hopefully it holds this area and it starts to consolidate, and hopefully it'll form a descending wedge bull reversal pattern, and we could see another leg with INTS. I mean, it's had monstrous volume of over 1 billion shares, 47 million float, heavy float, but a monstrous volume surge on news, and it went up well over 400%. What was it? Almost 500% doubles.
Almost 500%.
Yeah. And, remember yesterday, CMBM ran 700%, but the second leg didn't happen until after hours, right? So maybe that's some kind of a pattern that's going on with the algorithms. Who knows? There's no way of knowing. John said, yeah, I suck at that. I've got a sizable portfolio for long-term shares. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, you know what? You have a gambling account? Okay, got it. On Robinhood. Well, okay. The thing with that is, you don't lose if you cash out. And I know sometimes it sucks when you sell and the stock keeps going, but it sucks more when when you stay in too long and the stock crashes, right? So yeah, so I've learned my lesson through the years to take my profits. You can never go wrong with taking profits. It keeps me tame in the real portfolio. Got to scratch the itch. I understand completely, John. I get it, bro. I get it. There is certainly that rush that comes from trading, but it's not gambling, right? It's your livelihood. I mean, you go to the casino and you play blackjack or craps, or you play Texas Hold'em and stuff like that. You generally go there and you're playing with a set amount of money that you're willing to lose. When you're trading, you're not looking to lose. So that being said, I never get hurt when I take profits. That's all I'm saying, brother. Let's go, baby. Let's make a ton of money. All right, let's go get a dub for the community, man. I tell you, they got rid of what is it called? Skill-based matchmaking, bro. The sweats are out, bro. That last guy lit me up with the heavy sniper, bro. Lit me, and he set me up, dude. He knew that I was peeking at him, so he stopped aiming down sight so I wouldn't see the light, and then all of a sudden he smoked me. John said, "Oh, believe me, I know." Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. But that's good, man. You're putting the time in and you're learning, and that's incredible. I hope that an analysis of all these different tools helps you out, right? And what happens is, when I started out, I basically started out with just one tool at a time because I didn't really know what the heck I was doing, right? And as I got used to one tool, I started checking out other tools, and then I said to myself, well, I don't need all the tools. I just need the tools that work best for me. And I started creating a little arsenal of the tools that I can look at, right? And as I got better and better at it, I added to the arsenal if I felt that I needed it, and I took away from the arsenal if I felt that I didn't need it. So when I was new at the game, I didn't have the need or the ability to use all these tools. But as I got more sophisticated at it and I could look at these tools in a much quicker way, I said, what the heck? Why not? Why not, Doubles? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Let's use tools, because at the end of the day, what you're really doing is you're doing deductive reasoning. You're putting your Sherlock Holmes hat on. Right, Doubles? You put your Sherlock Holmes hat and you're trying to deduce what's going to happen with a particular stock. Deductive reasoning. So the more information you have at your fingertips that you can access very quickly, generally speaking, the better decision you can make. Right? And the Fibonacci retracement is a tool that I like to use. The RSI is a tool that I like to use. The candlesticks, the candlestick patterns, tools that I like to use. The 9 EMA, I like to use it in conjunction with the VWAP, and I'm showing you how I use it. And hopefully, it can inspire you to learn how to use tools that work for you. Look at that fella right there. He's chomping away over there. I think I'm gonna rush him, bro.
Ooh.
But not with this gun. He doesn't look like a very good player, bro. I'm gonna go for him. He was in the boat. I know that. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, I don't want this gun as my primary. I don't want that. I want that right there. Where the hell did he go? Where'd he go, bro? There he goes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. So kind of you, bro. Thank you for being a llama. Llama. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, maybe I should. Maybe I should. I don't know. Thank you very much. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ooh, a rift to go. Yeah, why not? Why not, bruh? Why not, bruh? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Uh-huh. All right. You know what? I don't want this thing. No, I don't want it, bro. I don't want it, bro. It's not. It don't fit my play style. Oh, look at the snow, dude. Polar Peak is coming, baby. Polar Peak is next. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. In the snow. Let's go. I should probably take this right here. Why not? Perhaps. I hear gunfire, bro. I hear some gunfire. I think I'm going to push, bro. I'm going to get myself a little juicy juice right here and push. Let's get a share party going on. All right. So what happened? What happened with our lovely INTS? It pulled below that support line as it pushes towards VWAP. My guess is it's going to probably try to stabilize at VWAP. That's my guess, because it still has pretty strong news and a lot of people's attention, if you will. Where the heck is the shooting? Do you see where this is at? I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
Probably, I'm guessing probably at the soccer field, maybe. What do you guys think? In the soccer field, what do you guys think, bruh? Come on, bruh. Bruh. Let's go, baby. Come out to play. No. No, right? No. No. Maybe not. All right. Nobody here. Nobody home. Nobody's home, fellas. Let's share it up. Let's get more peoples in here. I'm going to stick with the blue, bro. I'm going to stick with the blue tack, bro. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Not. Let's move in, bruh. Bruh, let's move in, yo. Let's go. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get to 1,400. Ladies and gentlemen. What? What? Come on now. You can't be giving me that because you know I'm going to use it. What's going on here? What is going on here? Oh, my. What's going on? Oh, there's peoples over there, bro. Oh, yeah. Come on now. I like it, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, with that firework, bro. Where is this guy? Oh, he's right there. Taking a risky shot over here, bro.
What you doing? Oh, boy. Yeah, get out of
I know. I might have made a mistake. I know.
You done goofed.
I might have made a mistake.
You might have goofed a little.
But you know he's angry right now.
He's angry.
He's angry. And he should be angry because he got a spanking.
Just make sure you don't get shot at us.
Yo, listen, I'm just letting you know. He pissed me off, and that's why I stayed in there and fought him.
Tilt the tower, so be very
You know, I know I'm moving away from Tilted. I'm going to go and hit that Riftosaurus Rex and try to find some heals, brother. That's what I'm going to try to do. Let's go, baby. Look at that. Woo-hoo-wee.
There you go.
Let's go, baby. I need heals, bro. I need some heals galore. I need some heals galore, my fellows. Let's share it up. Let's get 1,400 folks in the stream. Let's go. INTS curling. Can we have a descending wedge bull reversal? Can we? Can we? Could it be? Could it be, baby?
Yes, sir.
Could it be, baby? Nothing over here, bro. Nothing over here, bro. Oh, my. Come on, man. Nothing? No heels? For real? Apples. Apples, I'll take it. Med kit, come on. Med kit. Give me a med kit. Bandages. Nothing. 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 Nothing, honey. Nothing, honey. Nothing, honey. All right. We're going to have to keep going. We're going to have to keep going. No heels. Coach is in trouble.
Yeah, boy.
Coach has to move away from these fellas over here because I can't take no damage. I can't take it. I tell you, I can't take no damage. All right. INTS trying to do a descending wedge bull reversal. Currently up 332%. Check out BQ doubles. What the heck is going on with BQ? I see that up 398%. What is that? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah, but what's the story behind it? I feel like there's a story.
It kind of just like gapped up a bunch.
Yeah? That doesn't make any sense. Now it's not showing up.
Yeah.
HBIO trying to pull back up again, 76%. Band-Aids, why not? Why not, baby? Band-Aids, Band-Aids. Let's go, baby. We need some Band-Aids, Band-Aids. Oh, shoot, somebody's here. Ah, bro! Ah! I moved to the wrong gun, dude. I moved to the wrong gun. I moved to the wrong gun. Oh, man. I'm telling you, these games are a lot more sweaty. Let's take a look at some of the stonks, folks. Let's get that cheer party going on. Let's get to 2,000. Let's get to 2,000. Let's share it up, share it up, share it up. We got 22 minutes before the power hour starts. We're 22 minutes before 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's take a look at what's happening with INTS. It looks like it's forming the beginnings of a potential descending wedge bull reversal. That's a good thing. That's a good thing right there. Boom, chakalaka. And boom, chakalaka, right? And you could see that it's sitting right very lovely at this key support level of around $1, $4, $5, right? So that psychological $1 mark. So it didn't go lower than that, right? And what we're seeing is that the 9 EMA is getting much tighter with the VWAP. Maybe the price action dips more and it tightens up even more, but it's holding the support level, which is good. And we see that the price action is trying to move up. We see that the RSI is also trying to move up. It was heading towards oversold, but it's starting to correct itself. So we'll check. I don't think it's going to just move in one shot straight up. I think it's going to meander for a while, Doubles, because I think so. Because you know why? Because it's still super early for power hour, right? But it had a nice parabolic run, earlier. After the morning rush, right? So we'll keep a close eye on this ticker because it has a tremendous amount of volume. A sympathy play on this one is HBIO. Not as schmexy, but we got to talk about it because it definitely did have a nice move, and it too is stabilizing, but we could see that the RSI is still we could see that the 9 EMA is still quite separated from the VWAP, so that's still concerning to me. And it's also moving on quite a bit of volume, 269 million shares. It's also a 41 million float stock. But compared to INTS, the volume on INTS is 1 billion, right? And it has actual news right now. Let's take a look at this BQ. I want to see what the heck that is. What's going on with that? And this could be something that could potentially be taking attention away from the other stocks. Okay, this is a stock that basically pumped up and dropped pretty quick. It looks like it could be one of those China-style stocks, even if it's not a China stock. You know what I mean? Yeah, Boki Holding. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know, but it kind of like pumped and dumped, and it made that huge top tail over here. I don't like top tails, and I don't like them if they're big like that either. And it's moving on light volume because you could see it basically moved halt, and it pumped, and now it's dumping down. I don't like it. I don't care that you went up 505%. This is a type of a move that I don't feel comfortable with. So let's go back to INTS, take a look at what's going on with that. Descending wedge bull reversal. The price action is trying to get above the 9 EMA. I like that. We'll keep an eye on this fella. It's cooking. We're going to let it cook a little bit more. Why not? Why not? HBIO, kind of a sympathy play for INTS. Another biotech. No news, has earnings in 7 days, has been generally trending upward. Very similar situation where the price action was extended from the 9 EMA to the VWAP. It pulled back down. It's holding above the trend line, but you could see that there's a significant gap between the 9 EMA and the VWAP. And we could see that the RSI is kind of smack in the middle, which is very similar to what is happening with the INTS. Stunk. It's up 79%, whereas INTS is up 345%. INTS was up almost 500%. 500%. GLE, another reversal, right? And it formed a double bottom, but it's struggling to break through VWAP. So I'm going to get rid of this double top, right? Because we see so we need to see a nice thrust through the VWAP. The VWAP's roughly at around 96 cents, so let's call it $1. We want to see volume really come in, and we still have a lot of time before power hour, 17 minutes before power hour. RSI was in the oversold area ever so slightly. Now it's kind of just above center line, so if the RSI starts to pull upward, if we start seeing volume, maybe GLE will have some movement. It does not have any news that I could tell, other than it has earnings in 12 days. On November 11th, it has earnings. So that's the story with this particular ticker. VCIG, this stock has gone up and down the past couple of days. VCIG, it ran quite aggressively earlier. VCIG, let's take a look at it. And then it formed a triple top, or if you want, a head and shoulders, an irregular head and shoulders, right? So let's go ahead and get the graffiti pencil activated. Let's do a share party. Let's get to 1700. Share it up, share it up. We're talking about VCIG right now, and you can see that it had either what you would consider an irregular head and shoulders, right? So your head would be here, your irregular shoulder here, or an irregular shoulder there, or a double top right over here and over here. And of course, those negative signals basically precipitated or were the precursor to this move downward where it needed to break this downtrend. And then what happened is it started to form what looks like a descending wedge bull reversal pattern. And the price action kind of broke out of this pennant, but the 9 EMA is still pulling downward and the VWAP is pulling downward. So this is still bearish, so we can kind of modify this particular pattern ever so slightly by doing something like this right here. Watch this. Bada binga doubles, look. Bada binga, baby. Bada binga, right? So it's still in this descending wedge formation, right? Let's get rid of this triple top because we already know that the price action plummeted as a result of the triple top or the irregular head and shoulders or double top. All of those patterns are bearish, every single one of them, right? And let's go ahead and put a trend line over here. It needs to break this resistance area right over here of the upper part of the descending wedge. To show us that it's bullish, it needs to maintain support at the bottom part of the descending wedge, and it needs to show me that the 9 EMA is going to curl upward and move towards the VWAP and have enough volume to break through the VWAP. That's what we're hoping for with VCIG. VCIG. So let's go ahead and put a line where the VWAP is. It's right over here. Boom. And we can see that the RSI is slightly below the center line. So we need volume. Generally speaking, this 9 EMA is still moving downward, even though it's trying to curl. So it's going to need volume And the good news is there's still another 14 minutes before power hour kicks in. So we'll see what happens. It is a low float stock at 1 million. It has 56 million in volume, but for some reason, it's very heavily traded on both sides and it doesn't move like a 1 million float stock for some reason, right? So what I want to see is a major surge of volume come in and really rush it into the upper part of having price action above the VWAP.
Yes, sir.
The VWAP, baby. The VWAP. Let's take a look at some other stocks that are new to the scanner. Let's take a look at AQMS.
AQMS.
Folks, let's get a share party. We're almost at 1,700. Let's get over 2,000.
2000.
Okay, this is Aqua Metals. That's the name of the company. It's a 3 million float stock with 6 million in volume, $9.90. Not a heck of a lot of volume. So the ratio is kind of like 2 to 1, volume being double the float. So it's not a heck of a lot of volume and not very schmexy to me because of that, but it has gone up right now. It has gone up 42%. It is trending upward. So let's go ahead and put a trend line for it. It is trending upward. Okay. And this too has news of Q3 earnings in a couple of weeks. So there's no present news right now. RSI is dipping. The price action flushed, and that's very common when you have low volume. The positive side is the VWAP and the 90MA are stacked very close together. We want to see the price action stay above the trend line, but right now it needs to cook, I would say. Let's go back to INTS, baby. INTS is the leading gainer, and it formed the descending wedge bull reversal pattern. We want that 90 MA to start curling up and breaking through this level of about $1.29 with authority, and it's got time. RSI is trying to pull back up. It's got time for power hour. Hopefully it's going to get some volume love. Vitamin V, baby. Vitamin V, I tell you. All right, let's get a dub for the community indelibles. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. Tremendous content all the time on YouTube, as well as live streaming on YouTube as well. At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. Tremendous content on X.com, aka Twitter, at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. We have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, financial news on our X account. And of course, Monday through Friday, everything and anything about small caps and micro cap stocks, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. Our company never sleeps, baby. Never, never, ever, ever. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe to us on X at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
And we're also live streaming on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And of course, if you're into TikTok, we're also on TikTok at DBL Nicks. At DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Now, if you want to get some more in-depth content, then go ahead and check out our Discord. There's a link in the description for a 4-day trial for $9.99. You will have access to an amazing, supportive community, as well as a lot of educational content. And if you need extra help, you can contact us as well. And of course, you get access to all the scanners in addition to that, right? So we have scanners that you have access to as well. The momentum scanners, the breakout scanners, you get access to the early watch list that we give at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and much, much more access to news, so you know all the news about the ticker and why the ticker is moving. Okay, and yeah, all of that. So go ahead and take advantage of that 4-day trial for $9.99. I think you're going to love it, and then after that 4-day trial is over, I mean, you're just going to be part of the indelible tribe in the Discord, baby. So go ahead and click that link in the description, baby. Time to get a dub for the community doubles. Let's go. Now, ooh, dude, look at that. What is that? Oh, no. I thought that was a llama. No, that's a rift, bro. That's a rift, yo. It's just a rift. It's just a rift. Doubles, I got to tell you, bro. I am, I don't know. I'm landing in less contested areas because, you know, the gameplay has become a little precarious, Doubles. You know what I mean?
A little precarious. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, the sweat factor has become a little bit more perturbing, you know?
Yeah, it's become
But
very
maybe I need to
more
just get sweaty, you know? Maybe I need to, like, you know, get a little sweaty.
sweat
You know, I
hard.
mean, they don't understand that I can get angry. They don't want to see me angry.
They don't want to see.
They don't want to
angry.
see me angry. You don't want that. You want me to be friendly with you. You want me to show you love, baby.
Yeah.
Love. Coach Nick Love. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ho, ho, ho. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Oh.
Let's go. Nothing. Nothing, honey. Nothing. Anything up there? Where the heck? Where is this thing? Where is it? INTS moving ever so closely to the resistance point. Let's go, baby. Break that resistance. INTS, the leading gainer, currently up 368%.
368%.
Let's go. Man, look at the SMGs for days, brother. SMGs for days.
I'm not mad at that.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'd rather shotgun. Shotgun would be nice.
A shotgun would be nice, bro. Right?
A shotty.
A shotty would be nice, bro. I'm not gonna say no. I like for example, right there, bro. Right? Right. Okay. And full shield would be nice as well, bro. I'm just saying. Not to be particular or anything, but yeah, it would be nice. And this is why I don't like landing on secondary places like this, bro. You know, because it generally doesn't have good loot. You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
I get you.
You feel me? Do you feel me?
Do you feel him?
Sometimes you got to have a high risk to have a high reward. You know what I'm saying? Doubles.
Yes.
Oh! Mannaggia miseria. That's what I'm talking about right there, bro. Come on. Let's get a share party going on. We're almost at 2,000. Let's go. Share it up. Share it up. Oh, yeah. I like that, bro. I like it. I like it a lot, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Man, that machine had garbage, bro. Let's get that share party going on. HBIO 53%. AQMS moving ever so slightly.
Yes.
All right. What's going on over here? I should try to get some more ammo, right, bro?
Yes.
But the storm is coming, bro. So I can't mess around too much. I don't have any heals. But there is the Riftosaurus Rex over there, right, bro?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Doubles. Wow. 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 I feel like I should carry... You know what? I'm going to get rid of the SMG, bro. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the SMG.
SMG?
Yep, I'm going to carry some heals, brother.
That submachine gun.
I feel like I should carry some heals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Half pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Ooh-wee. Let's go, baby. Ooh-wee. A Pumpasaurus, bro.
Oh.
A purple spaz. Let's go, baby.
Yes, baby.
Spazation. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Oh.
Should we go visit Pleasant?
Yes, you should.
Should we check out what's going on in Pleasant? Is everything pleasant in Pleasant Park? Let's see. Let's see. Is anybody here to play? Yay! Is there anybody around to play? Yay! Come on out to play. Look at this, bro. Somebody already hit this particular place over here. All right, all right, all right. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing to look at. All right, okay. Let's get that right there. Why not? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. What do we got? Come on, give me something. Give me something. A little something, something, bruh. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? Let's go this way. Let's go this way, bro. Somebody here, bro. Somebody here, bro.
Get above him and then light him down on him. There he is. There you go. You boinked him one.
Bye-bye, schmuck.
Toss a dynamite at the
Bye-bye.
I was gonna say toss a dynamite at the base.
Yeah. I'm gonna rift out, bro.
Yeah, not fair enough, fair enough.
I'm gonna rift out, brother. Let him play in the storm. Let him play in the storm, fella. Let's get a shit party going on, baby.
Yes, sir.
Let's share it up.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Doubles, 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 troubles. Weapons. Weapons. Wow, there's people all over the place, bro. There are people everywhere. Everywhere, fellas. Everywhere. I don't like it. I don't like it, I tell you. I'm going to rift. I'm going to rift. I'm rifting. I'm rifting. I'm a rifting. I'm a rifting. All right. Let's go visit retail. Oh, there's somebody around, bro. Where they at, bro? Are they messing with the what do they call those things again?
What's that?
The whatchamacallits over there, those monsters. What do they call them?
The zombie monsters? I don't know what they're called per se.
What do they call them? Zombies?
I mean, I guess you could call them zombies. I don't think they are.
Is that what they call them?
They're like little rift monsters, I guess. Something like that.
Come on. All right. All right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. All right. All right.
Let's see.
The storm is going to be coming true to soon, bro. Nothing here, bro. All right. Get some more apples. Leave me alone, buddy. I'm not bothering you. I'm just getting some apples. Not bothering you. Leave me alone.
Can't bother nobody.
I don't bother you. If I don't bother you, I don't bother you. You know what I mean?
Nobody bother.
Just leave me alone, bro. I'm not bothering you. I'm not bothering you. What do you got in here? Ooh, a launch pad. I could use that. Why not? Oh, why not? Bye, fella. That fella was like coming towards me. Did you catch that, bro?
It was like, hey, you.
Hey, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do I got time for that? I don't think I do. Why don't we try? Why don't we try, Doubles?
Why don't we try?
Why don't we try? Oh my, bro! Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ooh, blue pump. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Yes.
I don't want it, fella. What do you want? Leave me alone. Leave me alone, bro. Come on, I'm not bothering you. I didn't bother you. Leave me alone. Let's share it up. We got almost 2,000 folks in here. We're watching INTS trying to break out of the bull descending wedge reversal pattern.
Yes.
And it's doing a nice little job there, you know, Doubles. You know what I mean? It's trying, bruh. It is trying to do it, bro. It is trying to break out, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, look, they got the little thing over there. They got the little thingamajig over there. Right there. Right there. Let's get a little bit of that drinky drink over there. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Bada bingo. Bada bingo. Now let's rift. I love when a plan comes together. Let's go, baby. Ha ha. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Where we going? Let's go over here. Let's go over here. No, let's go right here, bro. Let's look and see where the enemy is at. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where the fellas at? Where they at? Come on now. Somebody show your ugly head. Come on, anybody? Anybody? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want to go. Now, I'm not going there. You know why I'm not going there, bro? Because everybody's going there. No, bro. No. What's over here? Let's see. Anything? Can I loot anything? Nah, nothing. Nothing, honey. Maybe I am going over there, bro. Maybe I am going over there, brother. Maybe I'm not. Ha ha. Maybe I'm going. Ooh, there's a drop right there, bro. Look, there's a drop right there, bro. What do you think? Should we go for it? Why not? Why not? I don't have any mobility, bro. I don't like not having mobility. Mobility is one of my favorite things about the game. I like to be mobile. You know what I mean? Let's get a share party going on, folks. Let's go. Somebody's sniping at me. INTS pulling back down ever so slightly, having difficulty breaking that resistance area, but it's giving it quite a challenge as we look at it forming that beautiful breakout of that descending wedge. Why not? Oh, that was a bad drop. Somebody's here.
Yep. Take your guns and go out there and get some. What's that gun for? That's a gold gun.
No, it's one of those guns that I don't like.
Oh, that gun's good. Gold too. Oh well. Yeah. I won't judge. At least.
All right, this guy rifted away. Even better. Even better. He's landing down below right there. Look.
Yeah. Would not recommend.
Gonna have to challenge him, I think.
Nice and close. Blast. Wait for his feet to touch the ground, then blast.
Oh, man. No!
Use the bounce pad if you need to.
I don't have mats, bro.
Oh! Wow.
Or that, bro. Or that, bro. How about that, bro?
Toss one of those dynamites at him.
No. I need mats, bro. I need Matasaurus Rex, bro. I need mats, bro. Badly. Damn it. Oh my God, bro. That was terrible. I played that like trash, bro. I played that like trash, bro. I had him too. He popped the chug jug, bro. He popped the chug jug. Let's see what's going on. So we're watching INTS trying to break the resistance level right over here from a descending wedge bull reversal pattern. The 9 EMA is starting to separate a little bit, but we are now in power hour. We're actually 7 minutes into power hour, so volume is starting to come into the general market. We want to see that happen to INTS. We want to see this RSI indicator start pulling upward so that we could see a nice big push by the 9 EMA piercing through this key level of resistance at around $1.29. This stock has already gone up almost 500%. And it has well over 1 billion volume, even though it has a heavier float at 47 million than I would like. 1 billion, that's with a B, 1 billion, that's a lot of volume. So I'll be keeping an eye on this particular ticker. Let's take a look at MCTA. MCTA, let's take a look at it. MCTA is the second leading gainer right now at 54%. 54%. Let's take a look at MCTA. Pull it up for me, will you? MCTA. Charming Medical Limited. So this is also a medical stock. Let's see if there's any news on it, or is this another stock that's doing a sympathetic move with our INTS stock. Let's see what's going on here. Charming ordinary shares trading resumes. Okay, so it halted. Was there any news on this? Stocks moving? Nothing really recently. What about on the 28th? What happened?
Charming Medical Limited completes over allotment option boosting IPO proceeds.
Okay, so it's a recent IPO. That's basically the gist of it, and it's up 20. I mean doubles. Let's get a share to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. Make sure that you have your notifications on so that Monday through Friday, not only do you watch the Power Hour show with Coach Nick Money, but you can also check out Microcap Mornings, which is a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show with the one and only DBL Nicks in the house, Dr. Doubles, a.k.a. the Rainmaker, baby. So set those notifications. You need to set the notifications and watch the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to at Coach Nick Money on x.com, aka Twitter. Much massive content, phenomenal. Everything having to do with microcap and small cap stocks. And of course, folks, there's also a tremendous amount of content about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, financial news. So you got that as well. Make sure that you're following on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money. And of course, we also live stream on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. And there's a tremendous amount of content on TikTok, Tiki-Taki, aka the Tac at DBL Next. At DBL and ICKS. And the screen name is, of course, Coach Nick Money, baby. Yeah. Okay. And of course, if you want to join an amazing Discord with a lot of phenomenal tools, the link's in the description for a 4-day trial, $9.99. And I think you're going to love it because the community is off the hook and the tools are the best, baby. You got incredible tools available. We're constantly adding more and more content and tools to make your trading experience a really awesome one. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at MCTA. We already said it's $29. Let's take a look at another stock, AQMS. AQMS. QMS. Okay, this stock continues to trend upward. It's formed the double top. That kind of concerns me, but it is still trending upward, and we still have the 9 EMA above the VWAP. So it is moving on. No news. There is what appears to be earnings that are supposed to happen within the next 2 weeks, but there is no news. Currently up 49%. and the RSI is kind of in the middle, trying to move upward to give it more of a bullish type of pattern. So it's got some mixed signals, but it is up right now. 49%. HBIO gave back some of its previous run. HBIO, Harvard Bioscience, it too is running on earnings. It is a sub-dollar stock, currently up 41%. It too has a larger float at 41 million, but it had quite a bit of volume at 285 million, and right now it is still trending upward. However, the RSI is not pointing upward. We want to see that pointing upward. This is it didn't change. Yeah, it didn't change. I'm looking at the same chart. All right, let's go ahead and try that again. Okay. All right. Let's fix this a little bit. Let's get rid of this trend line. It failed on the trend line, and the price action is now below VWAP. So this is quite bearish. It formed a head and shoulders pattern. Here's your head. Here's your shoulder. Here's your other shoulder. And there's the sell-off. So it needs to try to break this downtrend. So what we could say is maybe if it starts to curl, it could do a descending wedge bull reversal. But right now the price action is below VWAP, and it's not schmexy without that. RSI is going all the way to oversold. We need to see a curl on the RSI, and power hours now, so hopefully that will happen for HBIO. Let's take a look at GLE, and then we'll start wrapping it up. This also formed what looks like a descending wedge, but it is struggling to break through the resistance of the VWAP. It's like a descending wedge. There was a double bottom over here. It did the reversal, but it's really having a hard time breaking through. RSI is starting to move upward ever so slightly. 90 MA is curling upward, but it's going to need a volume surge to break through this resistance area right at around 97 cents, give or take, which is roughly 96, 97 is where the VWAP is. It's currently up 44%. It too is a sub-dollar stock. GLE, 10 million float, 62 million volume. So it has some pretty decent volume. The float's a little bit heavier, but not horrible. It's pretty close to being okay. Let's see what happens with it, folks. We've got over 2,200 people that had watched the stream today. This morning, during the pre-market going into the open, doubles had 9,000 plus people watch the stream. I want to say to you that we absolutely love you. We absolutely want to thank you for being a part of our indelible tribe, our greater indelible tribe. You guys are amazing. We call you indelibles because we want you to achieve all your goals and aspirations. We want you to leave your mark, and we want that mark to be unerasable. We want that mark to be indelible, and we want that mark to be something that people aspire to. We want you to be inspirations to others, and we know you got that in you. And we just want you to be the good people that you are, right? We love you. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. It's Coach Nick Money
DBL Nicks.
and DBL Nicks in the house, and we're